Conflict at Baylor University is very real, the outgrowth of the football sexual abuse scandal. This morning, Drayton McClain, former owner of the Houston Astros and a leading Baylor donor whose name is on the new football stadium. Drayton McClain's efforts to bring change to the University Board of Regents went public with an event in Waco, and ESPN's Paula Levine was there. What was the event about, Paula?
Well, Bob, it was a really spirited rally with about 350 people attending here in Waco and then another 30,000 reportedly watching it online. They were advocating for greater accountability, transparency, and access to the Board of Regents. As you mentioned, Drayton McClain was here speaking. So was a prominent alumnus and attorney, John Eddie Williams. And he said he said that, you know, in a perfect world, the Regents would be up here addressing you today. And that got a loud response of applause from the audience. They're really upset with what they haven't been hearing from the Regents. One thing, though, you didn't hear much at all about was football or even mention of Art Briles until media questions at the end. And Williams said, you know, our focus is not on athletics. They may be a symptom of the problem, but we don't know the extent.
Yeah.
And
I know you had an opportunity to speak with Art Briles' daughter.
Yeah, I ran into Art Briles' daughter, Staley Levy, and she was here promoting her father's campaign to raise money for a local domestic violence center. And I asked her about her father's role in this movement.
I don't think this group, Bears for Reform, that's not their mission, that's not their goal. They don't have that in the back of their minds. Let's hire a new board and then hire Coach Briles back. To me, that's not anywhere close to what they're trying to do. They want to see change at the top, and they want to see truth and honesty from the Board of Regents.
That Art Briles' daughter. Now, the university will say, the current leadership of the school, Paula, that they have been active in this area. They've made changes. They enforce, in fact, make the point that yesterday they announced their own governance review task force. They did that knowing that today was the day that the other faction, if you will, McClain's faction, would announce their occasion. How bitter is this divide?
It's pretty bitter. When they mentioned today that Baylor had formed that group on its own, one of the speakers mentioned it, and he said something to the effect of, well, the best way to kill an idea is to assign it to a committee. A lot of people in the audience laughed. So they don't seem to be taking Baylor's efforts and Baylor's word at much these days.
It's a university. We described it last week, and I think not inaccurately, as a civil war. Paula Levine in Waco at Baylor University. Thank you, Paula.
Welcome.
Next, as we continue, the play.